May I now call on Mr. John Doleva, CEO and President of the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, for his statement. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good morning. I bring greetings from the birthplace of basketball, Springfield, Massachusetts, and the home of the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. Happy birthday to the world's greatest game and greatest sport. That's today. I'm honored to be before you. I thank Minister Novicio of the Permanent Mission of the Philippines for the kind invitation to be here. Exactly 132 years ago today, on December 21st, 1891, a young graduate student at the International YMCA Training School, an institution now known as Springfield College, invented a game that would have an impact far beyond his own imagination. Challenged by the school's director of physical fitness to come up with an activity that helped the young men expend energy from being inside during a long, cold New England winter, James Naismith assembled his students in the gymnasium and began to lay out the beginnings of what was to become the game of basketball. In the first rules, it was basketball, not together like it is today. In fact, the game easily could have been called something else, because when searching for the goal that he envisioned to be hung above the gymnasium floor, Naismith sent a janitor to the basement of the gymnasium to get 2 boxes. The janitor could not find 2 boxes, but instead came up from the basement with 2 peach baskets. They were all he could find, and Naismith nodded, they were okay, and directed them to be hung at 10 feet from the floor. This new game came dangerously close to being called box ball, if not for the janitor's luck in finding only peach baskets. So imagine that. I don't think it works. It's a round ball in a square box. It doesn't work. And basketball would never be the same. As the game developed, Naismith felt the game should be available to and played by all. In that regard, he introduced the game to women players at a nearby college just 3 weeks after his invention came to light. Not 3 months, not 3 years, but just 3 weeks after its invention. He saw no reason why the game was not well suited for women to play, and we look around the world today, we know that to be remarkably true. And of course, we know that basketball, I believe, if my research is correct, was played first by girls in the Philippines, so Naismith's vision of inclusion was fulfilled in your country. This game was to be enjoyed by all. Soon after his invention in 1891 became something of a phenomenon on the International YMCA Training School campus. The YMCA missionaries trained at the college to travel to all parts of the world to spread the YMCA mantra of muscular Christianity and a focus on a healthy spirit, mind, and body. These missionaries were sent around the globe and not only packed a minimal amount of their clothes and belongings, but they also made sure that they brought a peach basket and a soccer ball, because a true basketball had not yet been developed. So they introduced the game to faraway lands as they traveled. In this way, the game of basketball almost instantly became a global game, and to this day challenges football, as the world's most watched and played game. It's important to recognize the role and impact of the YMCA in the invention of the game. If Naismith introduced this game on a regular college campus at the time, that did not have as its purpose sending out missionaries all over the world to carry the wise message, if not for these YMCA missionaries and their worldly travels, the game very well could have been a small regional game in the Northeast United States. The luck or good fortune of the game's invention at the International YMCA Training School is the reason for its global appeal blossoming in so many ways after its invention. So now fast forward to today. Basketball is played in over 200 countries around the world. It used to be that America was the prevailing force in international competition, but that is no longer the case. Many countries are rising to the challenge to put forth high-caliber teams that are rising to a parity status with American teams, and we are seeing a great influx of international players into the NBA, bringing a disciplined and team-oriented style to the game. Just this past year, we inducted into the Hall of Fame 3 important and deserving players with international roots: Pau Gasol from Spain, Tony Parker from France, and Dirk Nowitzki from Germany. The rise of international basketball is upon us. Many Hall of Famers that I've talked to over the many years mention that basketball, in their view, is an international language of peace. The game is easy to understand, and players of any skill level can enjoy the game together, no matter their language or their background. Barriers are broken when a team forms on the basketball court and all are working in harmony with one objective: yes, to win, but also to respect the game and the rules that were established some 132 years ago in a faraway gymnasium in Springfield, Massachusetts. I'm honored to be here today with Dr. David Hollander, the author of How Basketball Can Save the World, and I think we'll see in his presentation that James Naismith's game can indeed be an international lever of peace and communication and camaraderie and curiosity and understanding by virtue of its simplicity and inclusive nature. The game can be played by all, everywhere. Dr. Hollander's core principles capture those of James Naismith and his inspiration, the YMCA. I'm also honored to be in the company of another doctor, Dr. J, Julius Erving, one of our most popular and admired Hall of Famers, as was stated. He's known for leading the change in style of play in professional basketball. He started in the fledgling ABA, and we see his impact on the NBA today by changing in the up-tempo style that defines what you see today in the NBA and the college game. So thank you for coming today. If he were here today, James Naismith would look each of you individually in the eye and thank you for your support of the game and for making it an international phenomenon. He would encourage you to continue to promote its growth and encourage you to offer opportunities for everyone to play. He would most of all be humbled that his game, which has permeated almost every corner of the globe, might be the obvious answer to just how the world can draw more closely together and find more common ground than differences. James Naismith could never have imagined that his invention, his game, a game that he once called an athletic distraction, would be honored in this way today. His vision, his ingenuity, his creativity, it is no stretch of the imagination to say that his game has already made the world a better place. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Doleva, for your statement.